Oh, hello. Can you hear me now? Thank you for letting me know. I was just chit-chatting away. It's kind of, I thought I was in the shade, but then the sun moved and I wasn't in the shade anymore. So thank you guys for letting me know. All right, so let's try that again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Freak Speak Friday. I am your host, Arielle Liora. I show up every Friday in my own unique frequency, and I speak whatever freak I want to speak. I show up unfiltered, raw, unplanned, unscripted, and I just speak whatever comes, whatever wants to channel through me. Today's live, if you want to know what no one ever tells you about closed doors, this is going to be the live for you. If you've experienced closed doors recently, or maybe you know someone who is experiencing tough times, we're going to get into it. And of course, we always celebrate the fact that we're alive at 11, 11, 12, 12, and 1, 1. If I'm still here, we have a dance party to celebrate life, to celebrate existence. And if you don't know or feel like you have anything to celebrate, that is exactly what you need to celebrate. So we're going to wait for people to get in before we get started into the closed doors and open up with the dance party at 11:11. Thanks so much to Sue Finelli and Liz, and Billy Tano is here. Much love, guys. Hope you've had a good week while I was away. And I see John is here too. You guys are awesome. Thanks for popping in. And I look forward to a good talk today about closed doors. And look forward to dancing outside again today. I've faced away from the street. I don't have a reverse facing camera, or I could show you. I guess I could just turn the camera around so you guys can see what I see for a second. I'm facing the street, and cars do pass by. My community is over there, so you know, when I start dancing, this is where people will start slowing down. So it's a quiet street. They got to go slow. And over here is the dog park. I don't know if you guys can see that fence. There's a man-made lake over there, and they've got, you know, the dogs can run loose. I don't really see anything or anyone over there right now, but they're definitely there. And then here I am, just chilling out in this wonderful field. And it is really hard. I thought I was in the shade, but then the sun moved. So I'm definitely not in the shade anymore. Am I back? Can you guys see me and hear me again? Yeah, sorry about that. Not sure why I lost connection. I am on my mobile hotspot. Everything was fine on my end. So I guess that's just it's just the price you got to pay to be outside. Yep. I'm back, Jonna. I see that you just said that I disappeared. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often today. All right. Sue says I went to an awesome Bruce Springsteen concert the other night. It was amazing. That sounds awesome. Okay, Billy Tano says he can hear me. Okay, good. All right, guys. Well, we are 1 minute away from our dance party. So if you are not in a spot where you can get down and boogie, then definitely make sure you're still bobbing your head, tapping your foot, dancing in your heart, because that's what all really matters. But if you are somewhere where you have no excuse, if you're, your back's not aching, you're not sick, you're just worried about people watching you, this is a chance to go ahead and get outside of your comfort zone, to break the solilochrome, and to actually dance like no one's watching you.
It's a dance party.
Turn my up here so I can hear it. And we're gonna get down. I have to take my mic off like usual because I don't want to be breathing heavy in y'all's ears.
It's a dance party. Sorry, it's dance party.
Come on, y'all. You ain't got no excuses. Let's celebrate life. It's Friday. I think that my dance moves have gotten better. I hope they have.
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 dance. It's Arielle's dance party.
Hey! I don't know any great commission moves.
It's a dance
It's a
party.
dance party.
It's Arielle's dance party.
Oh my God. Oh, that never gets easier. Oh gosh. Yay. Okay. Let's get back. I can't see again. I think I am going to have to move my station, you guys. It is way too sunny. I was in the shade at one point, but that shade creeped away. So give me a second. we got some good stuff to talk about today. About closed doors and other good stuff. Whew. I got to move my whole station. So y'all bear with me. I want to be able to see. I thought it would be okay if I couldn't like see the screen, but I want to be able to see the chat, and I don't want my computer or my phone to get super hot. I want to protect my equipment. So we're just going to boogie, woogie, 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 woogie over here and move my station to a shadier spot. Thank you for your patience. You guys rock as always. All right, I've got one more thing to move after this. I've got rugs and stuff to keep the computer stable. And all right, last trip, making sure everything is good. Oops. Don't fall, don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Excellent. Oh, that was like my server skills back in the day. All right, guys. You still with me? Woo. Okay. Welcome, Melissa. Woo. Hope you're doing well today. All right. So, all right, that's a little bit better. And we are back. All right, guys. So, today's topic, what no one tells you about closed doors. So, most of you already know because my lovely my fan base, my fan base, we're all super tight, and it keeps it nice and small. So everyone probably already knows, but if you don't know, Just Jack and his family have gone through something horrific last week. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can play the video. I'm sure most of you have already seen it, but for production purposes, we're going to play it anyway. And we're going to share the screen and we're going to play.
Okay, I've never had to do this before, but I'm going to be e-begging. Situation happened. We went out of town to visit family, and on the way back, we got sidetracked, thankfully, and stopped at a couple locations, which delayed our return to home. And it's good because if we had returned at home when we thought we were, we would have been dead. Because this here's what's left of it. This here is my truck. This is what's left of a Dodge Ram 2500.
Wow.
And that's what's left of our RV that we were living in. So if you look on Fox Carolina News, there was a neighbor who actually caught video of some of these tanks exploding, and it looked like a fiery red firebomb. It was pretty cool to see, although it's not cool that it's my house.
Not at all.
But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So you know, some of my videos already have my my PayPal and Cash App information, but I'll be reposting them with this video, of course. But if you could help out at all, you know, a couple dollars here and there will help. So, you know, if anybody feels led to help, you know, don't help to where it's hurting you. But if you feel help, please feel free to help us out. But yep, this is the extent of of what is left. Looks like that little bit did not get burnt.
Wow.
And
You're not even
those of you who know me know that I make light of stuff to get back past stuff. I'm not actually happy that this happened, of course, but yeah, this is where we're at. So thankfully nobody's hurt. My oldest son was here when it happened. He heard a pop, woke up, saw the porch on fire, got him, his wife, and my dog out, thankfully. And the rest of us all decided to take a detour and didn't come straight home. So, like, it was hot. Like, you can see that melted metal here. Like, this is crazy stuff. But if you look over here, these springs, if you can see them, is where my bed was. And this bent steel right here is from the explosion of the tanks, and my head would have been right there. So, praise God. That's all I got to say about that. So
Yeah.
we've survived, and most of my property is unharmed. It's just all of our dwellings and all of our stuff. So again, praise God that we all survived and no one was even hurt. So if you can help, please do. If you can't, I understand. Just pray. Thank you. Bye.
So there is that. And I see that Liz said that they're up to 7,000. That's awesome. I'm going to share this tab instead, and let's take a live look at it. Yeah, wow, we're 53% of the way there. They're asking for a total of 13K. You guys have been amazing and come out. Y'all have definitely put out. I did too. But they are safe. That is the good thing. And it's possessions, although it sucks, they can be rebuilt. But if anyone feels what it feels like right now to have a door slammed in their face, it will be them. But they are full of such faith, and I know that Tommy and some others are going to go up there and try to help them. So if anyone has information about that and wants to share, if anyone can participate and help out, please do so. But again, like you said, don't put yourself in the gutter. Just give if you can, and if not, then just pray, send vibes, do what you can. That instance right there isn't just a door slamming in your face. That is a door slamming your toes, your fingers, like where you're pretty much all the way through the door and you get blown all the way back to square one. That feels in the moment horrific, horrendous, extremely painful, agonizing. The thing that we have to keep in mind is that it will still work to our advantage. I see Ray's in the house. Hey, Ray, much love. It's really just a matter of perspective and keeping the faith. I have had a very, in comparison, a very minor experience in the last couple of days, where a door closed in my face, and I didn't have any. My toes didn't get squished, my fingers didn't get squished, but my face, my nose, my forehead definitely feels it definitely has smarted. Like, it was definitely a slap in the face, I guess you could say. I was let go from that cleaning job that I had. After the 6 weeks trial period or whatever, they literally they said that they don't need me. Well, not that they don't need me, but that I basically, my work doesn't match. It was through a text message. I got let go through a text message. And if y'all are really interested, I could read it to you, but it doesn't matter. At the time when I got this text message, it really smarted, for real. And it took a couple days to, get over like I shoulda, coulda, woulda, what did I do? Because the text message didn't really tell me why. It didn't really give a real reason in my opinion. So I feel like I'm left wondering and questioning. But the truth of the matter is, I couldn't see around that job. My future was going to be working 6 days a week, manual labor. I couldn't see around. I was fully seeing this future. Like, I acted like I already had the job. Like, there was nothing, I never thought in a million years that they would decide that they didn't need me. And I was fully prepared to, put in the work this summer and, making all kinds of plans around it. But, it wasn't what I wanted. In my brain, it was still temporary, meaning like, meaning like I needed the income, but it was, I was going to eventually quit, right? Because something was going to come along. Well, according to the Most High, now is not the time. I had it for 6 weeks. I had, what I needed for that time, and now I am back with my time is now free. I am no longer tied to, any company or anything, and it feels much better than what it was. I don't want a job anyway. Like, yes, we all need income, we all need food on the table, but if we truly believe that we are taken care of, if we truly believe that there is, oh my God, oh my God, if we truly believe that we are safe and secure by the Most High, by Source, Yah, whoever, whatever it is, there is something. You have to come up with your own definition of what that thing is. But there is an almighty creator. And if we actually believe that the creator takes care of us, then even when the door slams in our face and gives me is a slap in the face for me, or when the door completely devastates us and sets us back to square one, like just Jack, it is still to our advantage. It is still working to his highest favor. And we have to really keep our perspective about that. So that's what no one tells you about closed doors, is that it hurts. Sometimes it's just a slap in the face, and sometimes you feel like you got amputated. Sometimes we stand in front of closed doors waiting for them to open, and it's just standing in front of a wall, and it's like you're not moving anywhere. So why are you still standing there? And a lot of times we get caught up in the how and the why, right? When really we just need to change our perspective and say, okay, so what's next? Or what am I supposed to learn from this? Or, change your question. How and why a lot of times trips us up and makes us lose focus, because we don't have to know how or why. We just have to be willing to keep moving. We have to be willing to stay open to the possibilities, because apparently for me with this cleaning job, I completely zoned in, and I lost focus on the other things that was that I was working towards. And you know I don't want to do that anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. It was taken from me, not because I wasn't worthy, not because I wasn't good enough, but because there is something better. It's always only this right now or better. So for just Jack and his family, I completely believe that their next setup is going to be even better than what they had before. Their next house, their next whatever it is that they build is going to be so much better. Even if it's not just about their possessions being rebuilt, it's got to be something. There is something. I don't know what that is. Maybe Yah has already told Jack what it is, but just because we don't know how it will work out or why it happened doesn't mean that it's not working out to our advantage. Doesn't mean that there isn't something to learn. Doesn't mean that there is an amazing possibility around the corner. It is only ever this or better. All right, let me take a look. Jana says, so sorry, Arielle. You will find something that is better suited for you quickly. Thank you. Ray says, that sucks. Every job I ever had has done that to me. It's hopeless. Sue, sorry. I feel things are in a state of flux just now. That's for sure. On the bright side, my sunflowers are blooming. That's awesome, Ray. Oh, hey, Angela Baby Carson. She's driving. Hello. Drive safe, my love. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. The right thing will cross my path. I completely agree. And, you know, I completely agree that trust is the key. Something better is coming for sure, for sure. Poor Billy Tano forgot to put his burrito in the oven. I feel him. And you know, when it comes to can't knowing always how or why, sometimes if we knew the how or the why, we would self-sabotage that good blessing that is coming to us, right? If we knew how it was going to work out or why it was going to work out, we would fuck it up. Because that's just how, you know, humans are sometimes. Our subconscious and unconscious programming kicks in. The lies and the stories that we've told ourselves since childhood, you know, it kicks in, and, you know, we put ourselves in survival mode, and we will self-sabotage. Like that is the thing. So we don't need to know. We would get in our own way, you know, if we knew all of the details. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why, you know, we have to forget, right? When we come to this reality, when we come to this realm, we have to forget, because if we knew everything, you know, I feel like it wouldn't necessarily be good. We have to learn things little by little. We have to understand things as we are ready to understand them. And then Liz says, I have to say that I'm fed up of waiting. I completely feel you. I completely feel you. You know, I don't know what it is that you're waiting for, but I do know that you have to remember that whatever it is that you're waiting for is already yours, right? If you feel like you're waiting, you are always going to be waiting. And I'm not saying this as someone who has figured it out. I'm saying it as someone who I'm saying this as someone who's trying to do better, and who, you know, has read a lot about, you know, the laws of the universe, and is trying her best to also put them in practice. It is so difficult. It is so challenging to overcome your programming, but if you don't do it, no one else is going to. And whatever we perceive is what we see. Whatever we believe is what we get. So you have to constantly remind yourself that whatever it is that you're waiting for is already yours. It is already here. It is coming to you. And you're not waiting for anything, you know. You have to trick yourself into believing that. You have to, in the moment when you feel like you're waiting for it, you have to retrain your subconscious. You have to retrain your thoughts to the opposite of what it is, you know, because if we're, you know, just always going to be waiting, that we're always going to be perpetually frustrated. And I completely feel you. You know, in the moment, it is difficult. And I'm not telling you to never feel fed up. I'm not telling you not to feel frustrated. I'm telling you to feel those things and remind yourself as well that whatever it is that you're waiting for is yours. You already have it, even though you can't see it, because this realm is 100,000% spiritual, and spirit moves before physical density and matter, right? And we everything starts in the imagination. Like that's it. um Waiting is completely the hardest part. My intuition is strong, but it's not here in the 3D. Yeah, no, just because it's not in the 3D doesn't mean that it's not here. And remember that it's all right now. There's only thing that exists is right now, and it's all happening everywhere all at once, right? So if it's in the 5D, it's in the 3D. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Oh, Liz went to a yoga class and had no thoughts during the meditation. That is next level meditating, girl. Good for you. I have yet to get there. Although I have not been diligent in my meditation practices because I've been working. I have no excuses now, and I have gotten back into it. And little by little, it is a muscle. It is literally a muscle. And now that I'm also not, doing physical labor, I'm forced to make sure that my muscles are building, right? So I physically have to put in the conscious effort to build my muscles. So I'm going to be doing that as well. Building my meditation muscles, building my physical muscles, building my devotion to myself muscle. Because so often I give to others before I give to myself. And I think that I'm doing a good thing, but really I'm not being, devoted to myself. So that is what my journey is right now. And I remembered tissues this time, guys. So I'm not going to be snotting everywhere. I remembered my tissues. Liz says, I think it's hard for Aquarians to meditate being an air sign. Girl, I feel that. I totally feel that. Because we're everywhere. We are everywhere. It is hard to pin us down. And my three major signs are my three major signs are actually still just two signs, and it's air and water. So it's like I'm flowy and airy and just going everywhere. Ray says my nickname was hard labor in high school. That's funny. Someone needs to know. Oh, Ray, she can't text back. Okay, she sees that. Oh, and happy new moon in Aries, everybody. Today is the new moon. It rose last night. The energy is the day before, the day of, and the day after. Some people say it's the day of and 2 days after. It's whatever, it's all relative, however you believe. But it is the new moon in Aries. The new moon is the time of introspection, of recalibrating, and Aries is the first sign of fire and passion, and what else can I say about Aries? Yeah, I think that's it right now. I don't want to make up things. Can you guys see me again? Yes, Jonna says water and earth here, so mud. That's so funny. You could think of it as clay, creative making clay. Local honey. Yes. Okay, Ray, I completely agree with you. So local honey, the thing about local honey is you have to be taking it for at least 6 months before the season for it to actually get into your system. So if you're actually taking local honey every day for the purposes of your allergies, you need to be taking your dose once a day, every day for 6 months before the season starts to actually build up your immune system. And it has to be, like Ray said, local, from your local area. That way all of the bees and the pollen is from your area, so that whatever is going to be blooming in your area, you are building up a tolerance for. So yes, Ray, I completely agree. You're spot on. And then you say you always will be Arielle Truth Seeker to me. I don't care about the name change. That's funny. Thank you. Canada is wrapping people out on the money for texts. That's stupid. Raw, unpasteurized honey is the best. Yes, Angela, exactly. Exactly. So, I've got just some run-of-the-mill loratadine tablets. You know, they work, but it's definitely just a quick fix. It's not fixing the issue. You know, it's a band-aid, just like any over-the-counter medicine is just a band-aid. And also gut issues. Everything is from the gut. I completely believe that. And skin issues, all issues, is all about the lining of your gut. Fasting helps with that, but it's all about consistency. And I think it's also good to get lab work results and stuff done, so that you actually know what your baseline is, you know what you're dealing with, you know what it is that you need to fix, you know whether it's your kidney or your liver, or whatever. So there are definitely still some ways to use the allopathic system, or get a functional health doctor or a holistic health practitioner or someone to help you to pinpoint what it is that you need to work on. Sorry, guys. I haven't gotten there yet. I was making all kinds of plans when I knew I had the income, but you know what? My challenge over the next couple of weeks and months is going to be to believe that I can still do everything that I want to do, even though I don't see the income. And some people might say that I shouldn't be talking about this, that I should keep it to myself. I'm speaking in my frequency right now, and I'm not going to argue with imaginary people. All right, thanks for your patience, guys. Let me turn down my brightness so that I can keep my battery, so I can stay longer. Thank you. Liz says, be more me. I will, Liz. I will, for sure. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you for the encouragement. I do want to be more me, and it is a challenge. Changing yourself, changing your perspective, changing your programming, it is a challenge. And, we're so used to, instant gratification. And, my brain is definitely one of my things. Scrolling is so easy to scroll, so easy just to veg out on anime for me, especially when I'm like depressed or sad, or when like I just don't want to do anything. Like, that is the thing that I go to. But I am growing out of that, like a little bit more every day. It's like, I know I can be doing something else. I know I can be doing something different. I know that this isn't growing me. I know this isn't building me up. I know this is, putting my brain in the beta mode is it, no, it's not beta, into theta mode, and they're trying to program us. Listen, I completely agree that you can participate in whatever you want to participate in and still stay sovereign 100%, but you have to know what you're participating in, why you're participating in it, and how to still stay sovereign at the same time. Liz goes for a walk. That's awesome. Look, girl, I'm so excited. I can go for walks in the mornings now. Walking is so good for you, and it is so meditative. And also just like making space for silence, because I feel like I'm so used to filling the silence. It's like, okay, I gotta play some music. Okay, yes, I am doing like high frequency music, manifestation music, all that kind of good stuff. But still like enjoying the silence, not filling it with music or audiobooks or podcasts or YouTube, because the brain is so used to that stimulation, and we need to make room for our higher selves, and our higher self speaks in the silence, right, guys? And we also have to like be willing to change it up. Liz says that sometimes it works but not always. It's like, you have to know in the moment, and you have to have several tools. Like we as humans, especially women are not supposed to be stagnant. Women are not supposed to be doing the same thing every day. Regardless of if you are still a menstruating woman or not, you still have a flow. You still have a cycle that you go through. You still need to be changing it up every 4 weeks. You do something different. The body gets used to things, and it stops, to the things that we always do. So say you go for a walk every day. Well, maybe one day you don't need to go for a walk, right? Maybe sometimes you need to go for a run, or go for a swim, or go for a bike ride, change it up just a little. Men have it easy. They can go and do whatever they want, the same routine every day, and their body will build up a little bit so that they have to change a little bit, but not, they're completely different creatures than women. They are completely different. Jonna says, the singular thing that I know about how the realm works is that everything changes and nothing can stay exactly the same. That would result in entropy. Yes. Liz says that silence is golden. Yes. Oh yes, Sue is all about the running and biking and running and hiking and swimming. Oh my gosh, hiking is so much fun, and it can be tiring, but it is so much fun. When we had that camping trip a couple years back, we went on some hikes, and some hikes can be really tiring, but there are some beautiful moments when you hear the bees and you hear, the birds, you just hear nature. We were meant to be in nature. We were literally meant to be outside. We were not meant to live in boxes under, you know, incandescent lights, LED lights, none of that stuff. We were meant to breathe the fresh air all day long, every day. We were meant to get up with the sun, go to sleep when the sun goes down. I want to move to Ethiopia. There's also another country that actually doesn't allow time, meaning like before you get into the country, like you have to agree to not abide by time. Like you don't set a time to do anything. You don't wear watches. You don't have clocks. They like it's banned in this country. My mom sent me a video about that. I'll have to find it for you guys and find out what the name of that country is. Or if someone knows, then please put it in there. Please put it in the chat. Billingtano says, being a slave to a routine is not freedom to do as we want. I completely agree. Y'all are y'all are speaking truth in the chat, man. I know I'm talking to the right people. you guys completely echo back to me exactly how I feel, and I feel like I learned so much from you. I feel like iron sharpens iron, you know, and we help each other. This is such an amazing, beautiful process, and I'm so grateful to each of you for showing up, and being that support system for me, being that encouragement. I hope that I am inspire you and encourage you back. Um, we do have to still live in the 3D, but that doesn't take away from our sovereignty. That doesn't take from our divinity. And there are ways that we can completely overcome. I'm one of those people who I'm starting to become numb to what is happening. And it's not that I'm numb as in I don't think it's wrong, or I'm not saddened by it, but it's to the point where it doesn't affect me. When we first wake up, we have to go through the cycles of grief, right? Anger, resentment, frustration, sadness, depression, and finally, acceptance is down there somewhere, right? But when I first woke up, George Floyd, I just had to tell everyone. And flat earth, it was like, I don't understand how people just aren't listening. And you know the tiny hats, right? The political system, I mean, the food, the water, the air, the clothes, like you name it. There's so many things that come at us, and I just wanted to scream it from the rooftops. And I wanted to change the world. But the thing is that we're not meant to change the world. We're not meant to change the system. We're not meant to change the realm. The realm is controlled by certain entities, and those entities are doing their job. That is exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It is our job to wake ourselves up and to live and to declare our sovereignty. They are only going to stay in control of us as long as we allow them to. Every single person, little by little, who claims their sovereignty breaks the solilochrome, breaks the matrix. And some humans are not designed to break the system. I completely believe that as well. I think there are some souls who are part of the construct, and I believe that there are some souls who are literally soul born, and that they wake up people. I feel like people, like, I guess you could call them NPCs. They can decide whether or not they want to be sovereign or not, but there are some souls who know that they're sovereign and are their path is only to wake up. Some people have a choice whether they want to wake up or not, but some people will always wake up. And as long as those people wake up, the world is going to be okay. Like, there is going to be a dual reality where people are suffering and other people are not, because everything is spiritual warfare, 100,000%. And if we are standing in our sovereignty as 100% soul born from the Creator, then we will create a heaven on earth. I think Jesus came down, Yeshua came down to tell us that heaven is it within us, and it's all about our perspective, and that we can do things even better than he did, meaning that we can have an even stronger connection with the Most High at all times. I definitely believe, whether or not Jesus existed or not, his words stand the test of time. And why would there be so many books that we're not allowed to know about, that talk about Yeshua and how he talks to us about, how to live, and, what this realm is, and all that kind of stuff. There's so much that we could glean if we stop trying to debate the things that they want us to debate. If we get out of the cave and stop paying attention to the play, I've been ranting for a second. Hold on, let me see. Sue says, I'm here in Nature Bay, breathing in that good ass prana. Rolf Smart, Infinite Waters, diving deep. Anyone know him? Where is this place, please? Oh, hey, Cammy. Love you, Cammy. Oh, Cammy, I'm sorry that you were not feeling better, and I'm glad you're feeling better now. Waking up is painful. Yes, Melissa. Denial, anger, bargaining, acceptance, death. Death to the old, right? Liz agrees with me that it is our purpose to wake up ourselves. And, when we ignite our own light, it does spark, others, to do themselves. We all have the potential, but, we're not all going to reach our potential. And that's just the long and short of it, honestly. We all have the potential, but few of us will choose that potential. I think that's what God or Jesus meant by the way is narrow. It's not because the road itself is narrow or people aren't good enough, but it's the people don't choose the narrow road. Only so many are going to choose the narrow road. I think it has a lot to do with the programming. Man, do y'all see what's in the news? Do y'all see what's in the movies, the TV shows, the music? I mean, the dual, the cyborg reality that they want us to be a part of, right? They want us to get even deeper into reality, to the point where people wish that they were part of the metaverse more than they want to be part of real life. They want us to get in like Inception. Oh my gosh, Inception is such an amazing movie. It was so much truth in it. If y'all haven't seen it with Leonardo DiCaprio, go watch it. It's literally about dreams inside of dreams inside of dreams, and how you have to like wake up from every single dream, to get back to reality. And how if you get to the core of yourself and you plant an idea there, you have to get back to the core of yourself to undo that idea. Like you can't just wake up in reality after you've planted something in your subconscious, and decide and continue living like you were. Whatever happens in your subconscious, which I think is also like the spirit realm, is that real place, that real reality. I think our imagination is our dream realm, is really where we exist. And I haven't gotten to the point where I'm completely lucid yet, but I always know when I'm dreaming. I'll say like maybe 80% of the time I know when I'm dreaming. And eventually I plan to get to the point where I can be lucid, and really explore the dream realm, and get some downloads and some codes, from my higher self, from my ancestors. It is definitely there's a lot, let's just say that. Oh yes, Liz said Mary Magdalene got what Jesus was teaching to that the 12 disciples didn't. Jonna says all of the calamitations and horrific events and the wars and rumors of wars have been circling through the narrative in the realm always, and being in the place of acceptance, observance, taking a pause before reacting is a beautiful skill to develop. Yes, girl. And we have to develop that skill in order to ascend. There's so many skills and muscles that have atrophied that will become useful to us in waking each other up and waking ourselves up and reaching the timelines that we want. All of that stuff. We are the observers. We are the creators and we are the observers. And when we learn to observe without attaching, that's the thing. I'm trying to become, and I'm such an empath that I feel things before I understand what I feel, and not being driven by what I feel, the emotions that I feel, because it is so much about others, and learning to allow my bubble not to be completely permeated. What is the word for when it's like a slow permeation? You guys remember the dome? Remember how the dome, like things could still come through the dome, like, they could still breathe in the dome, but when they sprayed water from the outside, like little tiny particles of water, like condensation would come on the inside, like, but it wasn't a full stream, but it was still like a little bit malleable. Whatever that word is, that's what I want to be, so that I can still stay in my own sovereignty and not be completely dragged down by others. It is definitely a skill and a muscle that I am learning to learning to acquire, but it is difficult for empaths because we do feel so deeply. But learning to be observing without absorbing it, observing without observing without absorbing is my challenge. And what would this game be if it didn't have challenges? We would be so fucking bored if we didn't have challenges, you guys. There's no such thing as instant gratification. That is not fun. Oh, Melissa says, I had wild dreams last night. They're always most interesting and vivid if I use the wake back to sleep method. Ooh. Osmosis? What you talking about, Billy Tano? um, what I don't know what the wake back to sleep method is, but that sounds awesome. I do know that if you wake up in the middle of the night and you stay up for a little while and you go back to sleep, that's supposed to be, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That's supposed to be a good method. I was listening to a book years ago. I want to finish it again, but it talks about certain stretches that you do. It's about calming your body down, preparing your mind, counting the clock, telling yourself that you're, and asking yourself if you're awake during the day. There's a lot of different techniques that are available to help you to reach that. My dreams have been quite vivid. They are quite vivid. I have had some quite interesting ones for sure. And there's a lot of symbolism. Oh, I wanted to talk about Mary Magdalene. I got a new book. Well, it's not a new book. It's a new book to me because I wanted to read it. But The Woman with the Alabaster Jar. I don't remember the name of the author right now, but it's going through the evidence, that Mary Magdalene could have been Jesus's wife and had his children, and how she was, how her story was completely changed by the Roman Catholic Church. There's so much that has been taking over. Like the Israelites are not the Jews, right? The Israelites, their feasts and festivals were taken over by the Roman Catholic Church and changed. A lot of paganism stuff like Easter, right, is the festival of fertility. The 40 days of Lent. The women did that for fertility reasons. Like there's a lot of stuff that I don't want to get into because it's like I read this stuff but I don't like memorize it, and I don't want to like speak anything incorrectly. However, there are many things that have been changed, and shout out to FE Nation. He left a amazing video on my YouTube talking about how the Native Americans weren't Indians, they were Black people. And it was a good video. It wasn't very long, but talking about how the Aborigines were probably Black, and you think that people are from Jamaica or from here or from there, but a lot of what we've been told in history is wrong. A lot of what we've been lied to about so much. And, just knowing that you've been lied to, being open to the truth. You don't have to know all the lies, but you have to completely build up your intuition muscle and trust what feels right. Like what feels right, it will manifest in your body. Like I heard that listening to Arabic and the Quran, because the Quran was one of the few things that has not been changed. And also because Arabic is like the language itself, the dialect, the words, like, English is just such a freaking dead language. It's a spell binding language. But Arabic is more pure. The sounds are, hold a certain frequency. And listening to the Quran, even if you don't understand it, can still help to recode your spiritual mind. And when I heard that, I got chills. So for me and my body, even if I didn't understand it, that rang true for me because I got chills. Now, some people, might feel other sensations, might feel something in your gut, might feel your toe might twitch. Like, I don't freaking know. Like, there's ways, so many different ways that truth can resonate, but it does resonate in the body. Oh, osmosis. I see what you're saying, Billington. You said I was looking for a word for seeping through a membrane. Knowing what feeling belongs to you and not others are projecting is definitely something to consider. Girl, yes. Knowing your baseline. Oh my gosh, Melissa, yes. Liz says, that's when I dream if I go back to sleep and after sleeping a long time. Okay, yes. That was the age of Pisces, roll on Aquarius. Oh, of course, Carl's in the house. Yes, Carl. Link the video that you sent, if you could. Jonna says, I fully accept that some folks hear voices and for various reasons. It could be mental illness, attachments, or your higher self attempting to communicate. Girl, yes. They put people in insane asylums. That's not really a thing now anymore, but neurodivergent people, I definitely believe that they were hearing something from the spirit realm, whether it was a higher entity or a lower entity. Because, if people are really crazy and they're like wanting to kill people, then obviously they're hearing a lower entity, right? And we have to remember that both exist. In this reality, there is good and evil. Um, it all still works for our good if we wanted to, because the evil is doing what it's supposed to do. Like, it is evil. It is, evil incarnate. Maybe it's a consciousness that got trapped in between, and that's what a demon is. If a consciousness is trapped in between, the waking state, like he can't be here in reality, but he can't get to where he's really supposed to be, and he knows, like, shit's gonna hit the fan and he's eventually gonna get back, but he's mad. I mean, maybe I would pass the time, torturing humans too, if I knew, that. I really hope I wouldn't, but who knows what would happen. You know but yeah, I totally believe that people who are neurodivergent, they hear things from the spirit realm for sure. Yay. Okay, Billington will put down, not Billington, sorry, Effie Nation dropped the link, so thank you for that. Ooh, Melissa, drop that video about an exercise. That's awesome. Even if you see visions, your body will have its own language. Yes, girl, please. I've never heard of Jerry Marinsky. That's a good person I need to look up. I'm ruining my nice white dress. That's okay. It'll live to see another day. Okay, you guys, it is so hot out here. I'm going to have to move my computer again because I'm worried about it being directly under the sun. The sun is moving this way, so apparently this is north. So the trees keep the shade keeps moving. So bear with me a second. We are going to be having another dance party here in about 2 minutes. So let me move everyone before then so that we can have our dance party and my computer doesn't fry. Ooh, getting to the shade. Ah. Hello, trees. All right. Thank you for your patience on our regularly scheduled program. We'll be back momentarily. If anyone doesn't already, please make sure you hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed. And please make sure you leave comments because Arielle Amara Leora needs to let YouTube know that people find this information valuable and so that it pushes it through the algorithm. If anyone doesn't already have a way to contact Arielle, if you want to send her anything, she is always open to fan mail. And she is totally open to travel as well. So make sure you get her info. Coming soon, we will have some cool events that she'll be able to plug eventually, I'm sure. Another shout out to Just Jack and the family. If anyone has not already, please make sure you give. Let me see. And everyone get ready for our dance party. We celebrate on Fridays on the angel number days. Or not the angel number days, the angel number time, because we always have something to celebrate. So, yay! We just got back in time to start the music. So, let's get
dance party. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 it's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
Dance party! Woo! Woo!
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 dance. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance,
It's a dance party.
It's Arielle's dance
I'm
party.
dancing.
Dance,
Oh, I wish I could remember exercise. Hey! Woo! Hi, y'all. The electric slide. Hey! What? Hey! Oh gosh! The dance party is over. Gotta put on my mic again. Whew. It is hot out here, y'all. All right. Let me see. How am I doing this? All right, we're gonna put you here. And I'm gonna sit on my stool because sitting on the ground was hurting my bum. My legs were going to sleep. Okay. All right, my folks. How was that? You still with me? Were you dancing? Let me check Instagram for a second. It still looks live. Oh, Sue Finelli was on Instagram. Thanks for popping over there, Sue. All right. Get my phone. Check the chat. Oh, yay. Melissa put down her video, so I'm going to click on that real quick. Yay! So that I can watch that later. Thank you, friend. All right, we're going to come back. Make sure I'm seeing all of the messages. All right, so Jonna says that she thinks ADD or ADHD is a superpower in this realm. So true. Effie Nation, thanks. Oh, they interviewed Jerry on Iron Realm Media a couple times. That's awesome. Man, I need to Iron Mountain Media. Blah, blah, blah. They're so freaking early, man. I need to either just catch their replays or try to be there, get up earlier, because dang, they start at 6 o'clock in the morning. Ooh, yeah, Melissa, my son will overheat. We could have done with some sun and heat this morning. You'll get it eventually, Liz, I'm sure. John is ragging on Liz. Yay! Love this song. Bye, Jonna. Have a beautiful day. What's up? Jeremy Burr's in the house. Oh, yay. Liz says she dances to my song. That's awesome. Yay, 1717. All right, I'm all caught up in the chat. You guys are awesome. So glad you enjoy my song. Thanks again to that flat fellow. I don't think he has that YouTube anymore. So if he's in the chat, he's like Golden Shovels. So much love to Tommy for producing that song for me. So awesome. Can y'all, am I like dark now? Can y'all still see me? I had to put my hair up. Oh well. So I'll chit chat for a little bit longer. I don't have anything to do today too much. I do have to go. My mom dropped off her car at the car shop, so she's using my car today to get back and forth. So we'll be able to pick up her car here shortly. So I do have to do that. And I'm got a phone date with some girlfriends today, so that's fun. But you know, I'm not in any rush today to get going. So last not last week, because I didn't but the week before, y'all saw the Artemis thing. Is it just me, or is the Artemis thing like blowing up in their face? I know someone who works for NASA and was like sharing, you know, the picture of the Earth or whatever, and you know, some people you just got to let go, like especially if they work for the beast. There's no way that they're going to talk against the beast. They have to definitely I don't know, stay on their toes and count their P's and Q's or whatever. But it's funny to me how many people just blindly believe it. I mean, there's no reason for them not to, right? There's so many you know, when you're asleep, you know, you have no reason. You have really no reason to think that you're asleep. Yeah, it's blowing up big time. Especially the astronaut who like she couldn't say, like she stopped talking, and then the fact that the president put up that fake news one, that was funny. Oh my gosh, that was funny. You can't help but laugh. You really can't help but laugh at the clown show. I feel for people, but they're on their own journey. Those people who are awake will be awake, and those people who aren't. I just can't. I can't unsee what I've already seen. There's no way I could go back. Like there is no way I could go back. I don't understand. That's why I feel like anyone who has gotten back was threatened. They had to be threatened or paid off. Like it's not like they actually believe that like they went back to the globe. Like whatever. That's just me. I there's so much I could say. I mean, the picture itself looks so freaking fake. And you know, I love how they said, how Elon Musk said years ago, he's like, you know, it's real because it looks so fake. It's like, how many times are they going to just throw it in our face? Like, they really expect us to be unaware. They really expect us to be stupid, and they laugh at us all the time because they really don't see us as their equals. You know, they see us as chattel. Which is something that Noah Harari has said before, I believe. If you don't know who Noah Harari is, he's one of those WEF guys, you know, talking about how they can hack our brains and hack our bodies and implant false memories and all this stuff. Yeah, Jeremy, the fakery has to be part of the script. It's too obvious. That guy said it would be the first time sending humans around the moon. 69 in the 70s. Duh. I know, right? Like, they really think we're idiots. Like, they can just keep recycling the same mumbo jumbo over and over again. The sad part is it works. But the good thing is, it can't work forever. Like, you know, eventually the trickery has to end and, you know, crumble. Just like Jonna was saying earlier, how, you know, there's always been wars and rumors of wars. Like there's never not been a time where, you know, shit hasn't hit the fan. like, in this realm, it's a constant battle. For our attention, it's a constant battle, to siphon our energy. That's just the nature of this realm. 100%. Well, I've now that I've got so much more free time on my hands, I've got no more excuses for content creation, which I'm excited for. Get back and hone in on that. Still open to an unexpected, income source, or, working for someone. Like, I'm not going to say that the Most High can't come through in some way for me, or that I can't get income for trading my time. Maybe it'll lead me somewhere else. However, for now, I am excited to get back into using my time for creative purposes. I've still got my tower garden business, so I'm still growing. With the tower garden, I can focus on making content specifically for that, and being an affiliate for products that I love and that I enjoy and that I feel like I want to promote. Take advantage of the time that we're in. Social media, love it or hate it, it is still a tool, and I can totally use that tool to my advantage, right? Oh, and I have a huge praise report. I'm so grateful that my sister did not get the vaccines, y'all. I don't know what changed her mind. I'm going to be, and this is my pregnant sister, the one who's, been saying that she's just going to, follow the protocol, talking about how holistic medicine is too expensive and all of this stuff. I don't know what changed her mind, but so, so grateful that she had decided not to get any vaccines. So that is a huge win in my book. I really hope that she did it not because she felt pressured to. I hope she did it because she actually sees like the logic. She understands like why she's saying no. Because if she's just saying no because she feels like my mom and I pressured her to do it, then she could really resent it in the end, and she doesn't even understand. So I really hope that it clicked in her brain. Even if it didn't, it still could eventually. So that's still a huge win in my book. So thanks for anyone who prayed about that. Yes. Oh wow, Justin and I need to get some of those towers from you. You hate fighting the bunnies, girl. Yes. I completely agree, girl. You don't have to fight the bunnies. When you got the towers either inside somewhere or yeah, girl, I'll hook you up, trust me. But yeah, I've got to get more creative about getting income. My mom she is amazing. She's working like 2 outside jobs, and then she's got her 2 businesses as well, so that's 4 businesses. And she makes do. But I really would love to be able to retire her and take care of her and myself, of course. But I fully 1000% believe that we have the means to do so. And like I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity that I have before me to really capitalize on that. I want to be the best in whatever area, a field that I choose. Because I'm an empath and because I'm creative, because I'm an air sign, there's so much that I could could do. I have so many passions that, you know, I feel like I'm being pulled in multiple directions, but just picking one and going for it and being the best in that area, you know. And there are so many areas that can overlap and intertwine. I'm already on my path. I'm doing everything right. Like there's nothing. I just need to follow what makes me happy, what I find fun, what I get joy in, and that's what we're all out here doing, right? You know, that's the thing. That's the gag about being an adult is we're all trying to figure it out. None of us have the solution. We're all just kids, you know, trying to figure it out. I spend so much time wishing I was an adult when I was little, like, and now I'm just like, man, they lied to me. They lied to me. And y'all want to hear something funny? Oh my gosh, y'all want to hear something funny? Do you know that the age that you turn on your birthday is the age you just completed, not the age that you're becoming? Let that sink in, because a 1-year-old turns one after they've lived a year. So they are starting their second year, right? So technically, I'm 35 right now. Oh my gosh, like I don't even know. But age and time are all messed up. That's all I'm going to say. Like we don't even need to be counting that shit. It's just another reason for us to give our power away to someone. Liz says, I can't find my passion. It's gone AWOL. That's funny, Liz. I feel that though. Yay, no vaccines. Yes, I'm so grateful. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. And she's finally on maternity leave. So she's you know, put herself, you know, in she's starting. I guess she's starting the nesting process. I might now that I'm got some time, I might try to take a trip up there or something. I don't know, we'll see. Got so many options. We got so many options, you guys. Let's see. Is there anything else? Do y'all have any questions for me? Oh, let me put my Liz, I can't with you talking about you feel ancient now. Girl, hush. Age is a mindset. Age is a mindset. All right, I'm going to drop my Tower Garden email here. My business name is Infinite Purpose for the Tower Gardens. So if anyone wants that, I know Jeremy says that it's so right. You got the 9 months in the room, and it's not even 9 months, because when you count the weeks, it's 10 months. They got us all fucked up, for real. Yeah, Jeremy says I'm now officially in my mid-50s. Yeah, when you look at it all that way, right? That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've decided I'm never aging. I'm never growing up. I'm always going to stay 29 and plus my 5 years of experience, like Melissa says. I will never forget that. I tell everybody that now. It's like, oh, you're mad that you're 70? Well, then why don't you say that you're 44 with 20 years of experience or something like that? I think that's what I told my mom. I don't know if I did the math right just now, but that's what I've been telling people. Age is literally a mindset, and when you decide that you are old, that's when your body starts to deteriorate. So y'all better stop with the nonsense, and y'all will start better living and telling your cells, literally tell your cells that they are 29, and they will tell themselves. Do you know, I'm going to have to look up this this experiment, which I might have already talked about before, but oh well, I'm talking about it again. There was a nursing home. A nursing home did an experiment where they turned the entire facility back into like the 60s, 70s era, I believe it was. It might have been the 50s, 60s. But it was between the 50s and the 70s. So they completely renovated the inside of the facility to look like it was from either the 50s, 60s, or 70s. And do you know that the residents started like reversing in age? Like men who needed walkers and stuff, like started walking like they didn't need them. People stopped needing medication. Like people were literally reverting back to the age they were in that time frame because their brains were integrating and telling them that's what they were, right? So if you, I mean, man, you can't walk around, you can't remodel your home, but you can certainly remodel your imagination and tell yourself that you are 29 and you will always stay 29. I certainly believe that. Jeremy said, I thought I was barely turning 53. Liz says, I'm not saying my age. I really don't feel it. When I say my age, I say, what the fuck? Yes, that's good. No way. Did Jonna tell you about that experiment last night? Really? That's so funny. Oh, is that a very well-known study? Well, good. You would think that people, like, things that are well known would really be taken advantage of, but I feel like even if there are a lot of retirement homes that use that philosophy, it's like people still, it's not really getting into their brain. It's like, oh, my imagination, my mind, what I tell myself is really what my body listens to, because you are the god of your universe. You literally are the god of your universe, and your universe is your body. Every single cell listens to your subconscious and understands what you think, believe, and feel about yourself before you even consciously know that. And it lives out what is in your subconscious. You need to be telling yourself that. That is so funny, Liz. Are there really no retirement homes in Scotland? That's probably because Scotland takes care of their elders, like in like Japan or India. You live with your family for a long time, or you don't send your family away, you take care of your family. I wonder if that's it. But Jeremy, you are whatever age. You can be 35 right now. You can invert that. You are the one who tells yourself however old you are. Oh, they look like green acres set inside. That's so funny. Oh, my bad. It's hard. It's hard when you're reading that to chat to know what's going on. That is really cool though. Like the green acres. I wonder, they should do one that's Neverland. Which have y'all heard of the fact that Neverland or Peter Pan is like inverted, where like Peter Pan is actually evil, and Captain Hook and his crew are lost boys that actually like escaped from him, and how they're trying to actually save the other lost boys because they're not lost, they were like stolen. Like I'll have to refind that. That was something that's crazy. I feel like a lot of the fairy tales that we've been told, especially anything that has been Disneyfied, right, has a completely inverse meaning, just like Arielle is actually the masculine version of my name, Arielle. It's Hebrew. Arielle is lion of God. Arielle is lioness of God. And, you know, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, was written by a gay man, and it was all about his story about how he wanted to be with, you know, a man and he couldn't. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Knock on that wood, Jeremy. Oh yeah, Disney themes will need to come around when my net generation needs those places. Oh my gosh, yes, same girl. Same. Oh my gosh, I literally need to be on Neverland, or I need to be in Belle's Castle, although that's like Stockholm syndrome, but Beauty and the Beast was my favorite. I was actually watching a video that was talking about like the psychology of a lot of the TV shows nowadays, and how it's completely like geared towards like music, noise, and fast pacing to like shorten children's attention span, you know, like the high pitchedness of some voices of some characters like is triggers X, Y, and Z. And it made me think about like the shows that I used to watch on like PBS Kids. Arthur, In Between the Lions, Zoom, come on, and Zoom, come on, and Zoom, 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 Zoom. Oh my gosh, Cyber Kids, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Oh my gosh, I watched a video about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and how he would not pass the algorithm nowadays because the first like 8 minutes of his intro are so slow, and he's just putting on his shoes, and like, you know, they're not going to promote, you know, such a slow thing, you know, because it's all about attention nowadays. Oh my gosh. It is crazy. Like I feel like I'm very blessed. Like I still wish that I had been born in the 80s so I could be more of an adult when I grew like and like live through the 90s. But I'm so grateful that I was born when I was born. Although apparently nowadays, if you're born in the 1900s, you're old, which is so funny to me. Yes, Liz, you are blessed that you don't look your age. They may need to go to Space Savers. Spec Savers, not Space Savers. Or picture this, a bunch of 85-year-old dementia patients playing Pokemon, coming back to life and acting like kids again. That's funny. Rugrats. Oh my gosh, yes, Rugrats. That takes me back too. Oh gosh. Back when TV was still relatively like, you know, okay, I feel like. Depending on how old your kid is, you should find some of those. The Arthur, Arthur. That theme song. I wish I could pull it out. Reading Rainbow. It's Reading Rainbow. Y'all remember when I had Arielle's Reading Rainbow and I read books? Maybe I'll bring that back again. Would that be something y'all would be interested in? And if I came on here and read books again? You guys, the sun is coming back to bake my computer, so I won't be able to stay out here too much longer because the shade is just dissipating. Next week, I'll make sure to start back here. That way I have shade the entire time and I won't have to continuously move. So that'll help. Let's see. How's my battery doing? I can't even see where my mouse is. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm not doing too bad on power. But I don't want my computer to overheat. So, let's see. Give me a second, y'all. I hope this works. I'm using my mobile hotspot. I loved reading Rainbow. Yes. Take a look. It's in a book. It's reading Rainbow. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Good times. All right, y'all. It has been a beautiful day in the neighborhood, has it not? I have had so much fun talking with you guys. I know that Liz has been here, and Jonna was here, Sue Finelli, Ray, Mr. and Mrs. Billingtano. I know Jeremy was here. I know there were people listening who didn't say hi, but I know that they were here. I love you guys so much, and this week, I want y'all to remember. Oh my gosh, yes, I remember Wishbone. Yes, 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 Wishbone. Oh my gosh. Oh hey, Shelly, thanks for Shelly. I'm just about to wrap up, girl. I am still here, but my computer is getting baked in the sun, so I don't want to take any more chances. So I'm giving a roll call, but I'm so glad to see you finish. My encouragement for this week is, even when the door closes, it still works out to your advantage. It can hurt. It can be uncomfortable. That doesn't change the fact that it still works to your advantage. Change your perspective. Keep your faith. Make sure that your subconscious isn't sabotaging you. What you believe, what you imagine, really is what you want to see in your 3D. Everything is going to work out for you, and you are the author and power of your own reality. Speak to yourself. Speak to your blood. Tell it how much you love it. Tell it how beautiful it is, and that is exactly what it's going to be. Change your perspective and keep high vibe. Not to the point where you're denying what you feel, but make sure that there is nothing that can change the core of what you believe. Because joy is different than happiness. You can be happy, but you can be fleeting. When you actually feel in your core that you are sovereign, that you are divine, that you are amazing, that is what stays in the core of you. That never changes. You never change. No matter what is happening, no matter how many doors close in your face, you can overcome everything, every single time. I'm going to be back next week, guys. I will be here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have our dance party. We will celebrate the fact that we exist and that we're alive. In the meantime, if you want to contact me, hit me up. I dropped my email in the comments. Although that email is specifically for like my business. If you're interested in tower gardens or having more interest about that, definitely hit me up there. But my other email is also on my YouTube. If you have something you want to send me, if you want to send me fan mail, you know, I'm always up for that. I will not make my address public, but I will let you know where you can send it. Please, yes, like, share, subscribe, comment. Comments are the best. YouTube really needs to know that people find it valuable. And let me know what it is that you want to see from me. If you like these live, if you want me to talk about something specific, if you want me to read a specific book, if you want me to dance more, if you want me to sing more, whatever it is that you want to see from me, I love to know. And make sure when you keep it real, you keep the real ones. Stay flat, don't go back, and I'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.